right, we are back live. Finally, 8 minutes late because I am not technologically advanced. My laptop craps out on me every Tuesday night, it seems. So I'm super happy to have everybody here tonight. We got Chris, my buddy, who, happy Medics Week to my EMS pal, Chris, over there. So we appreciate what you do. I just wanted to make sure I gave you the shout out since, you always support me and all the things I do in my life and my career. Our boy Drew's back, who's rocking the New York again today. Johnny Breaks and Bros finally gets to join after wanting to join forever because he got a new job about 3 minutes away from his house. And Downtown Jimmy is actually my brother Kevin, who Downtown Jimmy is a long-running joke in our family. He's joining
Twitterless Kevin. Twitterless Kevin.
Twitterless Kevin. Apparently he has Twitter. I just didn't know it. So. All right, so Drew, we'll go ahead and start with you. First question is always untimed. It's who you are, who you collect, what do you do, why you're here. I know I want to see some of those shoes you got back there. So tell us about yourself, Drew.
Drew, I'm from Brooklyn. Collected all my life. Been back in the hobby for probably 5 or 6 years at this point. As you mentioned, I'm a big sneakerhead. As bad as that might still be for a man in his late 30s, but I collect Mets. Unfortunately, Jared Kelenic, who we let go. Batty, Donovan Mitchell, who will be a Knick one day soon. Anything New York, really. And then I also sell boxes. But yeah, I've been in the hobby for a little bit. Met everybody through Twitter, and just love the community. It's great.
That's awesome. I'm glad you mentioned the community because that's the part that I'm here most for. My brother Kevin, I know you've got some cards at PSA. We just went through to number 6 today. I was telling you about. What do you do? What do you like to collect? And what are you doing here tonight, Kevin?
Actually, my name's Mitchell Goosen. I'm not from around here.
Airborne's great, bro.
Let me tell you, as long as I don't have to wear a tie to work and live by the ocean, then my friend, I'll be styling. I only got one card. I've only got one card to show. I don't know. Is that your favorite guy?
Is that Gavin Lux?
Yeah. Actually, I hardly collect at all. I only do Top Shot from now on. I don't go to any stores. I try to buy $5 moments and sell them for $8. The end.
All right, sounds good. Chris, why don't you tell us about yourself? So you got the Pirates hat on. I know I got a card sitting right here for you. That's going in your stack.
I got a few. Nice.
Auto. So tell us about yourself, what you do, who you are, and why you're here tonight.
All right, I'm Chris. I'm from Pittsburgh. I was a collector back when we all were young, back in the 80s, early 90s. Watched everything go to crap, and got back in it about 2011 because a wife's uncle died and left a whole bunch of cards. So I started buying all these 2011 Topps cards, put them in a box, got away from it again, and came back to it a year ago, right before the pandemic. And I work as a medic, so as he said, RA, and I used cards as one of the stress relief during COVID to get through it, and something that wasn't so serious, and just have fun. And haven't been able to rip too much lately because of the price of everything, but I always like to pick up old Pirates, and I'm still one of the only Pirate fans I think there are left in Pittsburgh. So, but that's about it.
Awesome. I know you sent my dad that awesome book that one of your family members wrote, and a bunch of Pirate stuff too that he was super, super happy about. So we always appreciate that. And Breaks and Bros, Johnny, my man, who I actually have his baseball card. I wish I had it here, but it just fell behind my desk, so I'm not too happy about that. I wanted to show it off, but I'm soon going to have a slab of my man Johnny. So what do you collect besides, yourself? What are you doing here? What are your hobby aspirations? I don't know. Whatever. Just go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I've been collecting since I was probably 8 or 9. Middle school is when I started getting serious into collecting. Started with bobbleheads. I got my first bobblehead in middle school. It was a Nomar Garciaparra, Dodgers bobblehead. And about 70 bobbleheads later, still going deep, still going to the games. Cards, really, and honestly, anything. I actually just I sold for cheap a Tommy Lasorda signed batting helmet just because I'm 28 years old. Tommy Lasorda is a little out of my like time, so I didn't really necessarily need it. But yeah, basically collect anything. Got into the hobby, like Twitter hobby, like a year ago. Created Breaks and Bros with some friends, and stoked to be a part of the community. The community's it's a great community. I love it. Finding people who are just as psychotic as I am when it comes to collecting stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it's all about getting the cards that belong in their collection. I know like a year ago, I sent you a card that I had that absolutely belonged in your collection. And that was like one of the proudest moments of my life. I'm like, man, I got to get this card to Johnny. And you appreciated it. So I love that. But, there are some stuff that sucks, like opening packs of cards of product you don't like. Like, for example, I really don't like Score. Last week, I went over to Buck City Breaks, and their compound is amazing. And they're ripping, hobby boxes of Score. Each one is like 300 cards. I'm like, or 600 cards, something like that. It's $300. Like, what are you pulling out of Score that's even worth $300? Like, I just didn't see it. So that's just my least favorite product. We'll go ahead and start with you, Chris. I want to know, what is your least favorite product and why? Oh, I got to mention one thing because I always forget this. Questions are 30 to 40 seconds, and there is a mute button. So if you keep rambling on, you're getting muted and going on because I got to wake up at 2 a.m. and go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to start with you, Chris. 30 seconds. What is your least favorite product?
I should be good on the 30 seconds because there's not much I dislike breaking or opening, but my all-time worst or the set I hate the most is 91 Fleer with that yellow back or border on baseball and everything. And unfortunately, when I get one of those, I open it, but I just cannot stand that yellow, and I usually try to give them away or just get rid of them. But other than that, I pretty much like anything else.
Interesting. You actually went with the specific year in a product. Okay, awesome.
It's just hideous.
Yeah. All right, Drew, what's your opinion? I know you like to sell, you like to rip. What's your least favorite product?
My least favorite product is probably opening day. The cards feel like the cheapest business cards you've ever felt. Like they're not regular stock. I mean, you can get it, like that's great, and I mean it's probably one of the only things you could find if Target still sold cards. But it's probably opening day. And then touching on that, my least favorite thing that's ever happened to cards is that Select went retail. And then.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But I like opening day because you got the mascots, and my kid likes the mascot card. So
the mascot cards are awesome. They're awesome.
Kevin, you don't like to open a lot of cards, but if you did or had stuff, do you have a product you don't like, or you just want to talk Top Shot?
1989 Score. I was unable to get a Barry Sanders rookie. To this day, I hate 1989 Score.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you got a Barry Sanders rookie sitting at PSA right now. But all right, Johnny, you're breaking stuff. What's your least favorite product that you open?
I would have to say opening day too, but you kind of made a good point with like the mascots. I'm not a big mascot collector, but what I do love is the like the stadium pictures or the stadium cards. Like I said, like Drew said, it's like a cheap like card, but I've also got into doing like kind of like card art, like cutting them up, making stuff, and so that's like the perfect thing because you don't have to spend a lot. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. So for sure, opening day is probably one of my least favorite, but if it's something like even at they have them at Dollar Tree. Like I've seen like the small packs at Dollar Tree, and it's, I guess if there is a positive to it, is that it's cheap and it has some maybe like one cool card, but that's it.
Vito's over here in the comments saying Heritage is just draining to open, and he's got some fire comments saying baseball cards are printed on Vistaprint card stock. So, well, right now we actually have an NBA playoff game going on. I'm not digging the play-in games that they started last year with the COVID, and they're doing it again this year. What are your thoughts on the NBA play-in games? We'll go ahead and start with you this time, Drew.
I like the idea of a tournament of some sort, like which is sort of what the playoffs is. I don't like that the 7 team could be out of the playoffs. If it was the 8, 9, 10, and 11 or something, or just 8, 9, and 10, I like that. But to bring the 7 in, and like especially in the East, it was sort of tight this year. I don't like the whole 7, but I don't know. more basketball is always more fun. Playoff basketball, there's not like just like the NCAA tournament. There's like nothing better. So I'll welcome it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, there's nothing like NHL playoffs. I'm a Blue Jackets fan. We're terrible, always been terrible, except for 1 year. But playoff hockey is just amazing for me. Kevin, if you're even there, I'm not sure what's going on with you. You're probably going to come in with a flashlight on your face or something. What do you think about the NBA play-in game?
I love it. It would be great if Steph Curry took down LeBron.
Okay. Chris, what do you think? What do you think about the play-in games?
So I know really not much about the NBA anymore, but I do like the format. It's almost like the baseball playoffs with the one game, to get in the last wild card spot. I do like that. It makes for some exciting baseball at the end of the year. So I assume the basketball would be about the same, and give you one more game at least.
All right, Johnny, got some interesting thoughts here. What are your thoughts on the play-in game? I mean, like, Indiana's killing right now. So, I mean, like my brother said, Steph could beat LeBron, and LeBron's done when the Lakers could be a champion. That your squad?
Yeah, kind of like what Chris said, too. It has that wild card game type of concept and feel to it. So, it's to me, it's weird. I mean, in a sense, I'm kind of more like a traditionalist, I guess, when it comes to certain things. So, I think also that it kind of, I don't know, just a weird twist on it. In a way, it's like weird, but then again, I think it can make basketball more enjoyable again. It can make it enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I just say, give them the 8, or like Drew said, the 7 seed should not be included in that. Maybe 8, 9, 10, 8 or 9 plays, or 9 and 10 play each other, get the 8 seed, something like that. With that all said, who do you got winning the NBA championship? Chris, you said you're not a fan, but you watch it all. You got a prediction for us?
I mean, other than just disliking a certain player for recently comments, I don't really have anybody. Just somebody from the East, I would think, because it seems like the West has won most of them lately. So I would like to see difference. That's about it.
All right, Johnny, what do you think? Who you got winning it all this year?
I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I do not like LeBron. So, in that sense, my pick actually from the beginning was the 76ers. I think with adding Danny Green, Seth Curry, they've done a lot to their team. Their team's always been pretty decent in the last couple of years, but they've done some stuff inside the organization. I think it's going to really help to push. Then again, they just need to stay healthy. Embiid, he's a monster when he's healthy. So I really think the 76ers have a chance to do it.
All right. Downtown Jimmy, who do you think's taking home the NBA championship?
Well, I'd like to see the Phoenix Suns, because Chris Paul would do a sweet State Farm commercial if they won. Yeah. Well, he's an older guy. It would be great to see somebody where, everyone's saying the Nets, the Lakers, Philadelphia, the Bucks. It'd be crazy to see, somebody come out there like the Suns that, who knows? Could happen.
The Suns or maybe Utah, so.
No.
Not Utah. All right, Drew, what do you think? Who's winning the NBA championship?
Go New York, go New York, go. Nah, probably Brooklyn. But it'd be fun to see the Knicks win a first-round series. They match up well against the Hawks. But, a fun answer is the Suns. Another fun answer would be the Jazz. But just think the Nets are going to be too good. You could remove Kyrie from that team. They'll still win it,
Yeah, Kyrie might remove himself from that team with his head where it's at right now. I mean, he's got a good point. If it's his own life in his head's, overseas on the war, then that's where it's at. And he's still dropping 30 points a game that way. But imagine what he do when he's focused. I mean, I'll be forever grateful for 2016 as a Cavs fan, and a Duke fan. So
he was so clutch that series that he kept hitting those. He hit so many shots that brought you guys back. And yeah, listen, he's a lunatic, so it's tough.
All right, we're gonna go to the buy-sell round. Just for the buy-sell round, I'm gonna go in order each time. We're gonna go Chris, Kevin, Drew, and Johnny. 10 seconds, fire round. Okay, Chris, you're up first. Buy or sell? Steph Curry is the best shooter to ever live.
I wouldn't say the best. I watching all the guys back in the 80s and 90s. I just remember them landing everything. So I would say sell on that.
All right, Chris is going with Chris Mullen. Got it. Kevin, Steph Curry's the best shooter to ever live. You buying or selling?
Sell. Thunder Dan Marley.
Drew, you buying or selling Steph Curry?
I want to buy. I can't. I think it's Larry Bird. He's so nasty. I just grew up. When you grow up, he's like when you're a kid. That's who you want. Those are the best players.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, what do you think? Steph Curry, the best player to ever live, or best shooter to ever live?
I'm gonna buy, just because I feel like I'm a little bit younger than you guys, most of you guys. But I mean, I grew up obviously watching like Kobe, West Coast bias on my end. But you really just Steph Curry makes it seem so easy. He makes it seem so easy, and he has the stats to back it up.
Smash is buying Curry too. All right, buy or sell. The now injured Mike Trout is the best hitter to ever live. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I don't think he's the best ever, but he will go down one of the top 5, I think. So I'll sell on that.
Kevin, buy or sell. Mike Trout's the best hitter to ever live.
Beats me. I haven't watched baseball since 1999. I say Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
All right, Drew, buy or sell on Mike Trout being the best hitter.
Best hitter of our lifetime, yes, but best hitter ever, sell. I'm going to say Ted Williams. The numbers he put up are absolutely insane. My man went to the war, came back, did it. I mean, Ted Williams.
All right, Johnny, Mike Trout, best hitter to ever live. Buy or sell?
I'm not going to say best hitter because somebody has to say otherwise. Tony Gwynn, I think you have. I mean, Tony Gwynn's a monster. There's not only Tony Gwynn, but other players are just way better hitters, and not way better, but are better hitters than Trout. Athlete, yeah, Trout's a great athlete, but I don't think he's one of the best hitters ever.
All right, Chris, we buying or selling? Aaron Rodgers will be a Green Bay Packer next season.
I think he will be. I think he would have been, if he was going to be gone, he would already been traded. I think he opens with the Pack.
Kevin, you're a Broncos fan. We got rumors that they're coming to us. Buy or sell? Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
No, he's going to the Broncos June 1st. Book it.
All right. June 1st, we're giving up Bradley Chubb and a whole bunch of first-round picks. Drew, buy or sell? Aaron Rodgers will be a Packer next season.
Buy. There's too much going on for him to leave almost. I don't know. He's in there. No, he's going to stay there. What are they going to get back? I don't know. Why the hell would you let him go? He's so fucking good. No. He's going to be in Green Bay. No.
All right, Johnny, buy or sell?
His fiance has a home in Colorado, so.
Every rich person has a home in Colorado.
Johnny, you buying or selling on Rodgers in Green Bay?
I'm gonna say buy just for the fact that, kind of like what Chris said, if it was gonna happen, I think it would already happen. I think we already hit that nitty gritty where it just story after story came out, and I feel like he's gonna start the season with the Packers.
All right. I know Drew already said about the NBA playoffs, but I really dig on the NHL playoffs. You buying or selling? The NHL playoffs are the most exciting playoffs in sports. Chris, you're up.
As a Penguins fan, I would agree with that. But I, remember the overtime, 7-day overtime game back in the 90s and to the Penguins, and that sold me back then. So, yep, bye.
Kevin, you buying or selling on the NBA or the NHL excitement?
Beats me. I haven't watched the NHL since the Olympics. What's this guy's name? TJ Oshie? Yeah.
All right, Drew, you buying or selling on NHL being the most exciting playoffs?
I'm going to sell, but it's high up there. I just like the NCAA tournament like a little bit better. I'm more of an underdog guy. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I mean, Knicks ain't an underdog, but like I don't know. I like the idea of some small people you'll never hear of again doing well, and I really like March Madness because of that.
All right, Johnny, you buying or selling on the NHL?
As much as I want to say it is, I just don't think the popularity is in there for it to be as exciting. Like for me as a hockey fan, I love it. But you look at like MLB playoffs, you look at last year, as a Dodger fan, the Mookie catch, the Bellinger catch, even against the Dodgers, or Rosarania Phillips when he hit that walk-off, like that was like an amazing playoffs. So as much as I want to, I can't say that.
Yeah, I'll say when I went to the Jackets when they swept Tampa, that's the loudest I've ever heard an arena ever. And Brad Marchand, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Boston, he just keeps destroying everybody. He destroyed Columbus, and then he broke, I think, Washington's hearts last night in overtime. Like there's like one person in the world you could just punch in the face with no consequences. Like it'd be him for me. So, all right, last one, buy or sell, Chris. Pink Starburst is the best Starburst there is.
I'll go with sell. I think the yellow is the best.
You're kicked off the show. Kicked off the show. You're muted for the rest of the show.
It'll be some shit Jimmy said as a joke. Are you kidding me?
Kevin, Pink Starburst.
It's a tie with orange.
All right, Drew, you buying or selling on Pink Starburst?
I'm selling for orange. Orange is underrated. It's so good.
All right, Johnny, you buying or selling Pink Starburst is the best.
The red one's the best.
Okay.
Easily.
All right, Narc.
All right, one quick thing I want to mention before we move on to the next set of questions. I'm wearing my high school baseball hat here because I used to coach baseball. We got our two officers who died in the line of duty on the back. My high school baseball team is currently ranked 3rd in the state. I used to coach there too. 22-3 this year. First division championship since 1983. Team ERA of 1.56. Team batting average of 356. First 20-win team in school history. First playoff games tomorrow, and I can't wait to go. So I just wanted to shout out Westerville South High School baseball team right now real quick. All right, we're going to go back to the questions here. And I know, Drew, you talked about this one a little earlier when you said when select went retail, so we'll start with you. With Target taking retail out of stores, how is this going to affect the secondary market prices for retail boxes?
You'll definitely see – I don't know what you'll definitely see. It should go down. It's not worth it anymore if you're not – for a lot of these flippers and kids that do that, if they're not making – $80 a box, and more people are able to get them. My mom went to Target yesterday and got a Prism Basketball Mega. My mom, she's just stopped in. She's like, "Oh, let me see if there's any cards." People are getting cards now. I think it'll kill if you're into retail. I think you'll see cheaper prices.
Awesome. I did not see you going that route, so hopefully that works.
I think hobby will stay high, but yeah, I mean, there's so many people getting cards. Like look at people's timelines. There's people getting cards now. It's changed.
For me, it's easier getting them on Target and Walmart.com as long as the bots don't get them. You add a couple of Discord groups that tell you when they're dropping, and that's how I get them because I just can't get them in a store anymore. So. Kevin, you don't go to stores, so what are your thoughts on the retail market? You buy and sell boxes still, though, and resell Mountain Dew points and resell snowboards and stuff. So how do you see the retail market secondary prices going?
I have no idea. If I was you, I'd wait for Elon Musk tweet and just do whatever he says.
Yeah, I mean, Dogecoin just rides and dies on Elon Musk, so. All right, Chris, what are your thoughts? I know you said you can't find retail anywhere, and are prices going to go up or, like Drew said, go down, you'll be able to afford them?
So I'm really curious if another major retailer picks up the slack because they've made all this extra retail because obviously the current runs are getting much higher, but where's it going? So if it goes to another major retailer, it will probably stay the same, but if it doesn't, then you're going to probably see them going down is what he said, yeah.
All right, Johnny, what are your thoughts? Is it going up or down?
I think it'd go down. I kind of like what Chris said. I some of the same points on what he said. I really agree with, but I feel like they'll go down. I hope they don't go up. I want to buy cards.
Uptown Jimmy.
I thought they were going to go down when people like Drew said were getting boxes because they went to Target and they had the limits on stuff and more people could get things. But now that if they go strictly online, the people with the bots are the people who are able to get it, who, aren't at their 9 to 5 every day with no access to computers. You see pictures of people who have 50 select megas sitting there on their desk just ready to sell. and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, you're just holding someone out there's got my one Cooper Cup I need left for my son's rainbow, just sitting in a box on their shelf. So I honestly think it makes the prices going to go up because I just don't think people are going to be able to find them. And when they do, it's going to be the same people, and they're going to have all the boxes, and they're going to be the ones reselling them. That's just my opinion, and I know Drew's got the opposite opinion. So I honestly hope Drew's right.
Are they still selling them online?
Retail. What'd you say, Chris?
Are they still going to be selling them on Target.com, or are they just all together out of it? That was the only thing I haven't been able to see.
They'll probably still do something in that area. I mean, it does drive it. Like, literally, my grandmother used to go buy them for my nephews and stuff. Like, that would get her in the yard. Now in the store, she'd spend $30 on bleach and toilet paper and paper towels. Like, it really does bring people in a store. Yeah. So I used to be a buyer. If I was the buyer for them, I'd try to keep it in my store. But I think with the tighter rules, that's the way to do it, with the one per day or one per whatever. And you need it, like if people are stuck paying flippers prices over and over, $80 for a blaster for everything, I mean, the hobby's going to die.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with Drew 100%. Now, I was thinking that I got one Select Mega, and it seems that everybody, like Drew said, who posts that they got hits, has a Burrow, a Tua, or a Herbert in their box. And so I'm starting to think that Select's a little saturated, kind of like Coop's Premium was. What are your thoughts on Select being oversaturated, or possibly, Top Series 1 always is, but cards just being more available now, so there's just more and higher print runs of every product. What are your thoughts, Chris? Are we seeing higher print runs, or am I just taking this out of context for two products?
No, I think the print runs are way higher. I bought one box of Hobby or Series 1, and I got every rookie I wanted out of that box. And I think we're going to see parallels and graded cards be the way to go in the future. And that's the way you're going to be able to have value in those. There's just way too many that are not.
Absolutely. Parallels and numbered cards. I probably have a stack of over 100 sitting there, Series 1 of, the rookies you want to send into PSA that I was going to, and now I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Johnny, what are your thoughts on the saturation of product coming up here?
Yeah, I agree. I see you see them like Tuas, and it reminds me of like the Zion and John Morant, where everyone was looking for them, and now it's like, well, you can find a bunch of them. You could even you look at the pop reports for PSA. All the graded 10 Zions and stuff. I think there's definitely is a oversaturation of those star players everyone's looking for.
Yeah, I've said for a long time, I honestly believe the Lewis Roberts Series 2 is going to break all the records for Pop 10 PSA 10s, or population for PSA 10s. Drew, what are your thoughts on the saturation of the market?
There's definitely more cards being printed. The biggest thing about Select and why it shouldn't have gone retail is it's only 100 card set.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not 300 cards. It's not 200 cards. It's 100 cards. So there's a 4% chance of pulling Burrow, Herbert, Tua. I mean, and there's less rookies. So that's the problem. There's 4 versions of them. Now there's 16 of each of those big quarterbacks. So like when you see pulls from Select, yeah, they're going to be hits because people are paying dumb numbers. Like if you're paying a lot of money for a Select rookie this year, you're out of your damn mind. But the print runs are definitely up all around. Like the guys who do the math on the blowout forums and like for the tops and stuff like that, they're up. But Select, that's the biggest problem. There's 100 cards in this set. It's 4 versions of 100 cards. It's the same players. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the prices. I mean, right when it came out, I bought a Jerry Jeudy numbered parallel for $30. I looked the other day, it's going for $6. So like I just would have waited a month, I would have saved $24 on it.
Well, we know that though. For every release, if we want a card, we're dumb enough to buy it, and a month and a half later, it's half the price.
But that blue parallel die cut looks really good in a Broncos card. So
the team color parallels, I'm a sucker. I overspent for so many Brett Baddies. I mean, it's insane.
Absolutely. The red Jesse Winker chrome was the last one we needed for my daughter, and the red with the white jersey looks so good.
It's out of 5, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's out of 5, but I paid like $60 for it, but it's for my daughter's rainbow, so it kind of had to, What are your thoughts, Kevin, on the saturation of the hobby market?
I have no idea. I just wonder why. Was it Mike Dicka's idea to trade all those picks for Ricky Williams or the GM?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Tough football team.
Johnny, you were talking about slabs earlier, and that might be the way to go. I'm kind of curious of when PSA opens back up, if they're going to have a huge surge, another backlog. Like, I'm pretty stoked that my shipment from November finally got to stage 6. I know Chris has got some cards subbed with me. Kevin's got some cards subbed with me too. But, I mean, from November, I don't have them back yet. The other ones aren't making any progress. There's going to be another backlog and a huge surge when they open up. Like, I saw one guy today come, and he's got 27,000 cards ready to submit, like one guy does. What are your thoughts on how they should open back up to avoid that? This one's unlimited because I really want to hear everybody's thoughts. Unlimited time.
I think there definitely is going to be another surge. I mean, just from the point of when did they stop? It was like April, right? When they kind of put that notice out, whenever it was, until now, there's still people collecting. I think they needed to regulate kind of what is going to get sent in for now, because everyone's they're throwing whatever they can. I mean, I've seen people throw. I mean, I can't really trash talking when people are like my friend sending a card of mine, my face in, but I think everyone's just. They still see the prices. They still see what they can get for a graded 10 of this or a graded 10 of that, and I think it's probably going to get even more and more. Even now, more so. Like wrestling cards that's starting to become a bigger and popular thing, and so people are starting getting a lot of the rookies for wrestling, WWE, and all that stuff. So I definitely think there's still going to be a surge. I'm not sure what PSA is going to do to try to combat that. I know people are more traditionalists and they'd rather do PSA and BGS other than some of the other card services that are grading services that they have. So it's going to be intense to see. Luckily for me, I'm not a slab guy. As you can see behind me, I have all my favorite cards on display. I have a Bowman Ken Griffey rookie that was graded 10 that I cracked because I wanted it in my display. So I'm not a slab guy, so I don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah, there's a guy on Twitter I saw yesterday. He had just a slab sale, and I'm just looking at his cards. Like, everyone was selling for $20, $25. Like, why do you have 15 Nico Horner opening day rookies slab? And it was one of those, like you just said, I sent in my daughter Jessie Winker and a couple Cooper Cups for my son that I just thought were good shape just to get them encapsulated to, preserve them. But it's like, yeah, people are sending in just anything now because they can say, okay, well, I can turn this $2 card into $40 down the road. So, why not do it? So, Kevin, what are your thoughts on PSA, how they should open back up, and if you think there'll be another surge when they're supposed to open in July?
Well, if you watch a video, I think it was the Card Collector 2 guy. He made an analogy that this guy sent, I don't know who the backup quarterback for Cincinnati was, some Finley guy. He thought he was going to be really good. Some guy sent in 20 Finleys. And by the time those Finleys came back, that guy was irrelevant. So he basically bought all those for nothing. So you run that risk. I sent my Barry Sanders in, my John Morant in, guys that are, kind of established. But say I send a Drew Lock in, 5 or 6 of them, and he loses his job, week 5 or 6. By the time that card comes back, he could be out of the league. And then what's that worth? His mom's going to buy it? Maybe his girlfriend? That's it. That's what I think. According to that video I watched. But I wouldn't ever send a guy that, I'll say a rookie you think is going to be good and he doesn't pan out. By the time you get that card back, it's worthless. Almost worthless.
Yeah, I got 5 Drew Locks sitting at PSA right now. If you could say maybe Hertz or Jacob Eason, Jake Fromm, those kind of guys. Like you said, Finley. I know Ryan. I haven't watched that video yet, but he's just what, 10 minutes from where you live. So, Drew, what are your thoughts on PSA, the backlog, how they're going to reopen, and if you see a surge coming? They're supposed to open in July, so we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, The hobbies feels weird right now. So it definitely feels slower. I know people are saying if you read the hobby threads, sales are the same or you got to sell different stuff, but it feels weird. So there could seem like there would be a slowdown. If I was PSA though, I wouldn't even care. I don't think there should be an economy option with PSA. If you want to grade a card, it should be $30 minimum, like the lowest option they have. There's a lot of other schmucks like HGA, right? HGA. I sent them a few cards. I was like, listen, let me give them a chance. They mangled 2 of them in the slabs. They still gave them 9.5, but they ruined them in the slabs. Like I posted pictures on Twitter. BGS is good, but their stuff looks like Little League trophies and stuff. PSA, they can differentiate themselves by only being a higher end grading company. Like you want to grade your rookies with us, fine, but it's going to cost you $30, $35 every time. And just cater to the boutique high end. Like I think PSA can establish themselves as a Tiffany of the grading companies if they do that. And for the backlog, I mean, they're probably going to. There's a lot of new money in this hobby, so they probably will. But I don't even think it matters. You know, they're sort of the standard.
Absolutely, I think they're absolutely the standard. And I like how you mentioned that there's a lot of new money in the hobby, especially, you know, a lot of people were sending stuff in with the stimulus checks. And now I don't think we're going to get another one, but come July, if you've got kids, you're getting $300 more a month for your kids. And I know people aren't spending their money wisely. Hey, there's $300. You said $30 each. Okay, there's 10 cards to grade a month just from the government. Thanks. So, and I think that's a huge part of it too, is the government just handed most of us like 10 grand this year and was like, here, do something with it. And everyone's like, okay, I have nothing to do. So that's why we have all the new people in the hobby, because, you know, they're like, I'm 38, reliving their childhood nostalgia. Then all of a sudden, hey, I can make a bunch of money on this. And so that's what's leading up to it, is that. So I also think that now getting back to reality and people starting to work and the country opening back up, things will slow back down. Like you said, it is kind of weird in the hobby right now. It feels like, you know, like Vito, he's in the Midwest Box Breaks Discord hobby shop. So am I. Like, I hadn't even posted a card in there in over a month until last week, and I sold like 5 in a day, just because it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting back to life. It's summertime. There's soccer games. There's dance. There's just more things to do than there has been in the last like year and a half. So it's just a different time. Like, that's a great point. So I just took up all of Chris's talking time there. So my apologies. So what are your thoughts here on PSA? I know you've got some cards submitted through me, and you're going to send me some more, and then they shut down. So are you going to send them to me in July? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I still will. So I think there'll be a surge of everybody that was getting ready to send stuff in at the beginning when they reopen. But as soon as those all get broken or all get through, with a higher price point, you're going to see it drop off significantly. You're not going to be sending in the opening day things and just the common rookie. You'll still get them, but not as much. So, but they are, as he said, they are the standard. I feel the upgrading. So, all right, there you go.
PSA is the standard. So then we've got these other companies. I'm going to go with you first, Drew, because you mentioned HGA. Will another grading company come along the next 5 years that can rival PSA? And I'll even add Beckett BGS in there. Will HGA, CSG, or SGC catch them? Or maybe a new grading company comes along that uses AI or something. What are your thoughts on like grading within the next 5 years and how it's going to go?
I always think it's going to be difficult for a new company in this industry to gain any footing. I don't want to talk bad about the hobby. It's not the sharpest guys. So when I say that, like, there's guys that have, like HGA, they could have done really well, but they were, whoever told them about how to run social media or how to do a PR in the beginning is a goddamn idiot, because they screwed up and they were too aggressive. I mean, it almost came off like children, and I just see other people gonna make that same mistake. PSA is legit. BGS is it. Other than that, like CSG has the opportunity. They do. They're seen as a good tough grader, but you need to understand how to present yourself. And like with HGA, they really didn't. And I think that is going to cause people to be a little bit snake bitten and to gain footing as a new grading company is going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you 100%. Kevin, what are your thoughts on HGA or a new grading company going to come along, or is just going to be PSA and BGS in 5 years?
It's going to be HGH, human growth hormone, in 5 years. Actually, I like PSA because I like the way it looks on my Zion. Like when I have the little thing in the frame, that or Beckett. I just like the little, emblem, the sticker on it. It makes it feel like it's more premium than the other stuff. But that's just me. I only own one graded card anyways, but I just like the look of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's really cool looking? These new Firebox cases for the slabs. I got the black ones here. I don't really like the red ones, but the black ones make them look really nice in the PSA. What are your thoughts, Chris, on the future of grading cards?
Yeah, I don't see another company come in unless they get some really heavy duty endorsements and actually are consistent with the quality that they're putting out. But I go back to the standard. PSA is standard, and I don't see anybody else coming out, especially after the HGA fiasco.
Yeah, just like Drew said, it was a fiasco. I mean, you're attacking Old Town Cards and JB and Ivan when they're trying to have your back, and then you've got like your cronies out attacking them. Like, what are you even doing right now? You're attacking your customers on social media for everyone to see. Johnny, what are your thoughts on PSA or a new company coming along or one of these other ones catching them? I know a lot of people like CSG, but it's not for me.
I think PSA is going to be top dog for forever, really. Like we were talking about the HGA. The concept was cool, but like Drew said, they butchered it bad. They fumbled it, and it wasn't pretty. It was ugly how everything happened. You're always going to have, BGS behind PSA, but I really don't see anyone, like you said, unless someone comes with a nice endorsement and they come at it nice and they do it properly. They don't, like you say, attack customers, attack some of the more popular people in the hobby. Like it'll be hard to knock off PSA.
Yeah. I just want to show off the Firebox case real quick. Like, how nice does that card look in the protective sleeve? Like,
I bought a few of those. I lost them immediately, but I bought them. I'm glad I supported. They look really nice.
I mean, they're like $6 for 50 of them. So, Smash says PSA shutting down has not made them exclusive and wanted. It was a great marketing move. All right, and yeah, Double T Sports got a slab for me. So Kevin, we'll go with you for this next one. Series 2 is coming out soon for Major League Baseball. Who is going to be the guy or the guys to chase for Top Series 2?
Mike Trout? Yes. I have no idea. I hardly watch baseball. I would say, what's the guy you told me? Gavin Lux. That's just because I have 3 sitting right here. That's the only reason.
All right, Drew, what are your thoughts? Who are the guys to chase for Series 2?
Brian Hayes? Well, I'm not sure. Like, I think Kalanick came up too late. There's no Frank. There's no Wander didn't come up yet. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't even know who's going to make it. Brian Hayes, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have checklist yet, so you really have no idea at this point. I'm just kind of throwing this one out there.
I think Kalanick missed the call up. I think he had to be called up earlier to make it.
Well, I still remember 2 or 3 different Reds guys last year who got called up at the beginning of the year and didn't even have an update card. And then an update, actually in Series 1 this year, they have 3 guys in Reds uniforms who aren't even on the team. So I'm not sure when the cutoff date is. It's something I've never really looked up before, but it's something I'm definitely going to look up tomorrow because I'm really interested in that now. You mentioned it. Johnny, what are your thoughts? I know you're a big Dodgers fan, so anybody getting called up or anybody you're going to be chasing in Series 2?
I was actually really looking forward to Wander Franco, but like you said, I think he missed that cut. It's right now. It's hard to tell, really. Dodgers, they're not really doing. They're not really calling anyone up that's like star worthy. What I am looking forward to is hopefully seeing Corey Seager and Bellinger and Rancho down the street from me do some rehab games. I know that doesn't have to do with number 9, but I'm hoping it all plays out that they're there together so I could see them just dominate. But Other than that, I'm not really sure who I would kind of chase for that. It's a tough kind of go.
Yeah, you'll be chasing that first Trevor Bauer card in a Dodgers uniform, right?
Oh yeah,
I assume Pujols won't have one because why would he, right?
yeah.
All right, Chris, what are your thoughts? Maybe Brian Hayes because that's your guy, or who are you chasing in Series 2?
Yeah, it's him. He's an awesome human being, awesome player. Defense is amazing. I think he's going to be up talking like Arenado in the future. His hitting was looking great last year. I thought he really should have had a Series 1 card. However, I think they wanted to spread out the rookies from last year with it just being such a weird year. He's hurt right now, but they're just saying he's on the road trip with them out in St. Louis, so I think that will help. But he's right. If he ends up leaving the Pirates like everybody else does, he'll go go to the Yankees or the Dodgers or something and be awesome. So it'll be good pickup even then.
Yeah, my thoughts go straight to the Chicago White Sox, and got to make sure I pronounce his name right. Not Moncada, Mercedes.
Germinator.
Yeah, what the hell? Why is he's not there? He is. Yermin Mercedes. That'd be my pick because he's leading the league in like everything right now, or at least was for a while. And that leads us into the last question of the night, and we'll start with Chris here. With him, it's all over Twitter today. People are mad, people are happy, people don't care, but everybody's got an opinion. You've got a position player in pitching, and you've got a 3-0 count on him. He swings and hits one 400 feet over the outfield fence for a home run. What are your thoughts on that? His own manager apologized, said there's no room for that. I say absolutely. If you're throwing me a 47-mile-an-hour pitch on 3-0, I'm yanking that across. I'm trying to hit that one in the river if I'm in Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. What are your thoughts, Chris?
So I'm as traditional of a guy as there ever is, and yeah, I would have hit that though. It's 47 miles right down the middle. Yeah, that's going off. And he's a 26-year-old rookie. I mean, like, is he going to keep in the majors or what? For how long? So have some fun while you're in there, and it makes the game exciting. All these unwritten rules, like the Tatis problem. The bat flip last year. If it gets some younger people to watch the game and keep it going, then do it. Why? Some of the rules are just stupid at this point. But again, I am traditional, but go ahead and do it.
All right, Drew, what do you think? What's your take on the home run yesterday? Did you see it? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
Similar to Chris, I consider myself a bit of a baseball traditionalist. But with that said, I mean, I've told kids when we were up like 6 runs in Little League, like, don't steal second. Like, you can't do that. With that said, pay this guy a better wage, and maybe he won't need to hit a bomb to pay his family, because these guys in their contracts are, you hit a home run, you make more money. So no, I'm never going to give a guy a hard time for putting food on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you guys as a traditionalist. I used to be on the team where if you pimped a home run off me as a pitcher, I was going to put in your ear hole, and I am no longer on that team at all. Like, not even one bit. But the unwritten rules I'm still down with, but swing the bat. And people are saying, what are you doing swinging at 3-0 anyways? Like, if you're a good hitter, you're going to swing at 3-0 anyways, whether Trevor Bauer's pitching or Asdrubal Cabrera or Astrudos or whoever's pitching. So, Kevin, what are your thoughts on the 3-0 pitch? Did you like it? Did you see it? Did you hate it?
I have no idea, but if he had fun doing it, that's great. Just like this would be fun putting this P up here. Oh, I put it the wrong way. I was supposed to point towards Wood Pig 83.
What is going on?
Oh, there's the right P. Right towards Wood Pig 83. All right. That was fun.
All right, Johnny, bring us home. What are your thoughts? I know you're a big baseball guy. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think about it?
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's baseball, I think La Russa scratched him from the lineup tonight, which sucks. Bauer, you mentioned Bauer. Bauer even said, hey, I'm not mad at that. If he's swinging at a 3-0 pitch, like, it's baseball. I think the last, and kind of like what Chris, I'm more of like a traditionalist. I like that, but it's starting to get more and more fun. You start to see these guys being more flashy. These guys breaking the unwritten rules, like the the Tatis and Bauer thing that happened earlier in the year. Like, to me, that was fun. That makes baseball exciting. We want baseball to be exciting. We want this new generation of kids who are so grabbed by exciting things. We want them to want to like baseball. So, to me, man, I'm not tripping on it. It's not that big of a deal to me. I know some people are saying it was classless, saying it was this and that. But at the end of the day, you're having a position player throw a pitch. Like, I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Johnny, get him a body bag. Get him a body bag. Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up our show today. I want to thank Chris, Drew, Johnny, and Kevin for being here tonight. Typically, we do, the after show, a little encore, but I really got to get off by 9 o'clock, and we were late getting on, so we're going to skip that tonight. But we do have to declare a winner and give them their minute of time to talk about anything they want to talk about tonight. So tonight, we're declaring Drew the winner of the show. Bring it on home, Drew. Tell us about whatever you want for a minute. Talk Knicks, talk cards, talk select stocks, talk shoes, whatever you want. I'm going to try to waste 6 more seconds so we get you right on the minute so I can watch the timer. All right, Drew, 1 minute is yours.
I really appreciate you inviting a Knicks fan on the podcast within a week of them making the playoffs, because go New York, go New York, go. I don't want to waste too much of everybody's time, but when you're in the hobby, be a nice guy. Send a free card to somebody. Support a friend. I like to pick on people, but sometimes the right approach is being a little bit softer. So over the next few weeks, be a nice guy. Do the right thing. Go the extra mile. Pay it forward. That's it. Let's go. Let's go, Knicks.
He paid it forward and left me with 10 extra seconds to talk here. So absolutely, be a nice guy, be a nice woman, be a nice kid, be a nice girl, whatever you are. Just be good to each other. Like Jerry Springer said at the end of his shows, be good to yourselves and each other. All right, so for Chris, Gold Line Cards, Chris Woodpick 83, Drew Rips Cards, Johnny Breaks and Bros, and Kevin Downtown Jimmy, who's Jake, I think 1820 on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and end the show now and not do the encore because I got to be off at 9 o'clock, and it is 9. Play the little outro and have a nice night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Later.